spokesman, and today's video is focused on what I'll call the Project 2023. Like you know, the elections is forthcoming. The Nigerian election is forthcoming next year in February, and things are warming up and in top gear. The tempo has really gotten really very fast, and I'm happy to see how Nigerians are basically stepping up. Like the INEC has reported that there has been a tremendous increase in the number of those who are registering for the permanent voters card. Why? Because Nigerians want genuine change, not the kind of change they were told in 2015, not the kind of the lie-driven change that they were told in 2015. So this video is basically focused on one of the candidates, Peter Obi. Why Peter Obi? Why are people agitating for him? And why should Nigerians vote for Peter Obi come 2023? For me, I have about 8 reasons why I think Nigerians should vote for Peter Obi. I do not know Peter Obi. I've never met him in person before, but I've basically observed him. And I must say that in 2019, when he ran with Atiku, I did not support PDP in any way, because PDP, just like APC, is one of is one of those parties that destroyed Nigeria. PDP facilitated the destruction of Nigeria, and APC came and basically finished the work. And we know that we cannot continue like this for another term. So that is why this particular election is a critical one. So why vote for Peter Obi? First, Peter Obi, he has shown that he's a contented man. How? How has he shown that he's a contented man? He has eschewed greed. He has eschewed greed, because if you look at Nigerian politicians, what you see is the leech attitude or the leech mentality. You know, the leech always want more, and that's why when a leech sticks to a person's body, what it does is it continues to suck and suck and suck blood until it basically falls off. So that's the leech mentality, and that's the kind of mentality Nigerian politicians have. But Peter Obi has shown that he's a rare breed. Why? Is there any Nigerian politician that has refused to take severance package and also retirement benefits from the states they have overseen their affairs before? Please, if you know of any of them, let me know. There is no Nigerian politician that has been in office before that has refused. That's for those who have been in who has ruled as governors or heads of state, that has refused to take money from their states because they do not want to be a burden on their state. So Peter Obi has shown that he's a contented man. A contented man is not that he does not want more, but when he looks at the situation, he feels satisfied on the inside. What he has satisfies him. Peter Obi has shown that, and that is why the state Nigeria is right now. Nigeria needs a man or a woman, a person who is contented on the inside, whose ambition is not driven by what he is going to get, but rather what he can deliver to the nation and to the people. Then the second one is he has shown his source of wealth clearly, and his source of wealth is traceable. For all the other politicians, I'll speak now about the 2 major candidates who are running in the other parties. Have they been able to publicly tell Nigerians how they made their money? They've not been able to. It's story here, story there. But Peter Obi has told us how he has built businesses from scratch, how he has been able to, he has been part of the building of 3 banks, and he has clearly shown us that he's able to facilitate Nigeria moving out of the mess that these other people who have been part of the decimation of Nigeria, who they have been part of. But Peter Obi has shown us that he possesses the quality to get Nigeria out of this mess. Also, he has shown that he's accountable. The problem, one of the major problems of Nigerian politicians is that they are not accountable. They feel that the resources of the nation is their own property. We see that everywhere. Look at, for example, at the state level, the issue of security funds. How can somebody collect billions of naira all in the name of security vote? And we are being told that they are not accountable. Billions, and you are saying a person is not accountable. Even resources coming into the state. So some people have, many of them, or I'll say over 90% of them, see the resources they've been called to oversee as their own property, to use as they will. So that issue, that attitude of this is my thing, has become a problem. And Peter Obi has shown us that he is different. He has clearly told us, he has accounted for his tenureship as governor in Anambra State. He told us how he met Anambra State. He also has been able to tell us how much he left in the accounts of Anambra State. He was also able to tell us how much he invested on behalf of Anambra State and the yield that came in before he left office. And if we're in doubt of these things, he has told us we should go and verify them. So there is no other governor, as far as I'm concerned, or among these those who are running for the presidency in 2023, who has shown us that they are accountable. And at this time, it is a critical moment in the history of Nigeria. We need somebody who is accountable, somebody who can tell us how he oversees the affairs of Nigeria. So this is the kind of person that we need at a critical moment like this. And Peter Obi, as far as I'm concerned, is that person. Also, he has shown us that he's a humble, simple, and accessible person. Humility is important in leadership. When you see a leader who is not humble, who does not want to listen to other people, who feel that others are his subjects, then there's a problem. And we have seen this attitude displayed in somebody like Bola Tinubu, who feels that he is Lord in Lagos State and in the Southwest. We don't need those kind of people in the leadership of Nigeria at this particular time. This is a critical moment in our history. So Peter Obi has shown us that he's a simple man, he's accessible to the people, and he has shown us that he's humble. He's a humble man, and that is very important at this time. Also, he helped to turn around the fortunes of Anambra State. The infrastructure he built, the difference he made in the educational sector. And these are verifiable. He told us how he was part of facilitating the change in the educational sector. He told us how the results of students from Anambra State before he came into office and after he left office. And that impact is still being felt in Anambra State today. So why should we not vote for a man like that? Because right now, our educational system is in a comatose state. We should not deceive ourselves. We should not deceive ourselves. Our educational system is in a mess. And so, if he has shown that he has the capacity to turn around education in Anambra State with results that are there for us to see, why should we not vote for a man like Peter Obi? Also, he does not have baggages. Atiku has his baggages. Or if I say he does not have baggages, at least not as much as the two major running mates for the major candidates for the forthcoming elections. We know, if we look at the other two major candidates, we know the baggages they have. We should not deceive ourselves. This is not a time for us to think that let's manage this one. It is not to say, this is not a time for us to say, let's manage this one. It is time for us to take a decisive step to elect somebody we know will do something for our nation. Peter Obi has shown that he is a man that has the fear of God. You see, when you have a person who has the fear of God, believe me, half of the problem is solved. Because a person who has the fear of God will not wait for somebody else to speak to him or her. In the sober moments, in the quietness, the silence of his four walls, the Spirit of God speaks to his inside, his own spirit. The Spirit of God speaks to his spirit, and what the Spirit of God tells him, it makes an impact in him. And so he hears, he's able to sieve and differentiate between the wisdom that people are bringing to him and those of praise singers. And based on that thing that the Spirit speaks to him on the inside, he moves, he proceeds to do what he knows God is telling him to do. But you see, when a man does not have the fear of God, he's ready to do anything. He's ready to do anything. He's desperate. And Peter Obi has clearly shown us that he has the fear of God on the inside. The fear of God makes a difference in a leader. He knows that he's answerable. He has a higher master who is answerable to, and whose reward is not only here, but also in eternity. And so that basically drives him in all that he does. So it takes him, his values are not based on what he can feel, touch, or sense physically. His values are driven of things that we cannot see. So that is one of the reasons why I believe Peter Obi should be voted for. Peter Obi, lastly, is an Igbo man. And if we are sincere to ourselves, we know how much the Igbos have been marginalized in the politics of Nigeria. The Hausas, the Fulanis, the Yorubas have occupied power, positions of power in Nigeria, mostly or majorly right from our independence. The Igbos and the other minority groups have been sidelined very much, apart from when Jonathan came in. And we all know how Jonathan came in and why he was put there, or his coming in was facilitated by Obasanjo. Because Obasanjo thought he could control Jonathan. But Jonathan went rogue as time went on. So, Peter Obi is an Igbo man. And in fairness to the Igbos, I believe, not just because, I'm not speaking just because of tribe now, because I've been able to prove that one is not just an Igbo man, he's a competent Igbo man. He's an accountable Igbo man. He's an Igbo man that has the fear of God. And as somebody who is detribalized. Because Peter Obi is not going to come there and say, oh, just as we are seeing today, where a single tribe occupies basically every sensitive position in Nigeria. Peter Obi is a detribalized man, and I know he's not going to do that. So, in fairness to the Igbos, it is time for us to allow one of them lead the affairs of Nigeria, and let us see what they also will do. Perhaps this could be, and I believe if we give him an opportunity, this will be a break for good for Nigeria. So my brothers and my sisters, fellow Nigerians, just like Nehemiah in the Bible, I know that many of you are crying on the inside, especially for those who live in diaspora, because you have seen how things are run on the outside. And also even for Nigerians in Nigeria, you have seen the kind of hardship, the pain our people are facing today. Peter Obi is a better choice. Let's vote wisely and let us go ahead. Register and collect your permanent voter's card. And in February, be ready to go and vote. Do not allow anyone intimidate you. We die once. And the state Nigeria is right now, we all need to be ready to stand against this bunch of people who have held Nigeria, who have held Nigeria's progress and compromised the advancement of our nation, who have made a mockery of excellence and destroy everything that speaks of sanity. It is time for us Nigerians to awake and do what is right. Vote wisely. Vote Peter Obi come 2023. And I know he will make a difference. If Nigeria gets this right, I know it will radiate and affect Africa as a continent. May God bless Nigeria. May God bless you. Amen.